What's going on, guys? In this video, I'm going to walk through how to create a customer rewards program so that way you can get more repeat purchases from your customers, drive up that customer lifetime value, but also provide a customer experience that people love. So I think that the reason for this is pretty obvious, but just in case it's not, retention or getting more purchases from the customers that you've already acquired is extremely cheap compared to acquiring new customers. It's way easier to keep the customers you have and get repeat purchases than it is to acquire new customers. And what we find is that typically, obviously this is not going to be exact, but it's kind of like the 80-20 rule. It definitely applies to the revenue generated from your existing customers, where about 20% of your customers are driving 80% of the revenue. And that 20%, those VIP buyers and maybe buyers who aren't exactly VIP, but they definitely spend enough and they buy often enough, way more than just the average person who makes one purchase and leaves, or maybe one to three lifetime purchases. Those are the ones that you really want to be focusing on and giving more attention, giving more personalization, and providing an experience that they enjoy. So the research shows that 87% of consumers want brands to have loyalty programs, and 77% of consumers are more likely to recommend a brand it has a good loyalty program. So people love loyalty programs, rewards programs, whatever you call it. They love them, and they are more likely to buy from and recommend your brand if you have it. So that's why you definitely want to create a good program for people and take care of your best customers, because they will in turn take care of you. So the first thing getting started is you're just going to need to have, if you're using Shopify, you're going to need to have some sort of app to create this program. You can do it through email, like just through Klaviyo, through your email marketing program. There are ways that you can bootstrap it and save money, but I find it's a lot more useful, but also you can just, again, create a more custom experience for your customers by using one of these apps. So some popular apps would be like Smile.io, Loyalty Lion, and there's a whole bunch of other rewards programs, apps. So feel free to just do some search on Shopify's app store and do a little research and see which ones you think that you would like the best and which one fits your budget and all of that. There's not it usually just comes down to preference when it comes to these apps. You might find one or two features you really like and some of them don't have it, or it could just be the user experience you just find to be a lot better, or you're looking for one that integrates with Klaviyo, such as Smile.io and Loyalty Lion. Those integrate with Klaviyo and allow you to do even more with your rewards program through Klaviyo, through your email marketing, and through setting up automated flows. So yeah, once you've got that, then you got to actually create the program. So that's what I want to walk you through here. It's just high level, what to be thinking about when creating this program. So first thing is how are people going to enter the program and then elevate to the different tiers of your program, assuming you have multiple tiers. So how are they going to earn the points? And usually you're going to have either a point system, and by accumulating a certain amount of points, that increases which tier they go into and what kind of rewards they can get. Or sometimes some brands will just do it strictly by the amount of money they've spent. Personally, I find it better to get to do a points system than having it be totally based around the dollars they've spent, even though the points are based around the dollars they've spent. Usually. The reason why is because the way this program works is the rewards that they're getting, they're spending way more than the rewards cost, right? Like that's the whole point. That's why it's so cost effective for you as the business. So you want to get them thinking in a different currency, because if they're thinking in just dollars or whatever currency you sell in, then it's going to be very clear to them how much more they've spent than what they're getting in return from these rewards, and it doesn't make them seem as exciting. That's the reason that Disney wants to convert you to Disney dollars, and they want you buying things in Disney dollars, so you're not thinking about the ridiculous amount of money you're spending on things that are overpriced. The same thing for like when you go to an arcade, they want to immediately convert your money into tokens or to the cards that have a balance on the cards, because they want you thinking in terms of how many points or tokens or whatever each game costs. But then by the time you've got all these tickets, again, another form of currency that's not dollars, and you go trade those tickets for the prizes, obviously if you're a parent, you probably look at that and think, wow, I could have bought, for the amount of money we spent to accumulate all these tickets, I could have bought any of these items in this gift shop, but yet we had to spend way more to get something that's worth way less once you convert those tickets back to the dollars. But again, the whole point is that ideally you were having fun the whole time, so it wasn't just about the tickets, it was about having a lot of fun, and then those tickets accumulated, and then you got to have a prize at the end, and that makes it more exciting and gives you more motivation to either hold on to those tickets and wait until the next time you come, or to try even harder in the games, right? And that's the same thing with your customers, is that ideally they actually enjoy your products, they're having a great time buying these products, and having a great customer experience, and then all of these rewards are just a nice bonus along the way. And again, just kind of makes it more fun that every time they make more purchases or make bigger purchases, they see these rewards stack up, and they look at these really cool rewards that they could convert their points from and get. So yeah, first thing, just decide how they're going to accumulate them. A common way to do this is something where it's like they earn 5 points for every dollar they spend. And again, going back to that point of why you want to be having them thinking in points instead of dollars, is because the common way that is converted back into dollar value would be for every 100 points, they save $1 off their purchase. But we'll talk about that when we get to the rewards. So then the next thing you want to think about is, okay, how many tiers do I want to have in my program? Is it just one rewards program? Do we have a rewards program and then we have a higher status level where you have a VIP program? Are there 3 or 4 tiers where people can unlock and keep working their way up and get better rewards, and possibly even be able to earn more points as they elevate in their status? There's different ways you can do this. I think that having more tiers makes it a lot more fun for people. It allows you to gamify the whole thing, and it makes it, again, more exciting, because as they make more repeat purchases and they accumulate more points, they unlock new tiers where they get access to different rewards they wouldn't have gotten, and it just keeps it interesting. So if you make it to where all the rewards are available immediately, they just have to accumulate the points, then that's fine, but they don't get that dopamine hit of they've accumulated enough points to be upgraded to a higher status. And as simple as that sounds, believe it or not, humans love that, and that's part of what makes it fun for people. And for a lot of people you would be surprised, but that actually drives buying decisions for people. It's not going to be the only thing that makes the decision for most people, obviously, but it helps. And every little thing you can have in there that helps, it's just going to help you get more revenue. So I like to have multiple tiers with a VIP tier at the top. And then, so as you're doing that, then you need to decide what are the milestones for each tier. So how many points do they need to earn as they get into each tier? And then as they go up in tiers, for one thing, you want to have these tiers have names that are branded to your company. So you could do something simple like bronze, silver, gold, or whatever. Or you can give them really unique names that are relevant to your brand or your types of products. That just makes it, again, more fun for people. And people love, the more you brand something to your brand, the more it feels unique. And that's one of those things that they're more likely to tell their friends and family about and share, because it could be funny, it could be entertaining. But again, it's just something that the type of experience they're not getting from other brands that they buy from, and that's a differentiator. So yeah, as you do that, you want to decide, okay, what do they need to do to get to those different tiers, and have it clearly laid out. And you do want it to be somewhat realistic, where they can at least get to that next tier relatively quickly to give them a quick win. And then of course it should get harder and harder as they go up to get to VIP status. Okay, so then the next thing from there, this is the fun part. Now you want to decide how different ways that they can accumulate points, and then different ways that they can redeem those points for rewards. So the most common thing for accumulating points would be something like getting 5 points for every dollar spent, right? But then I recommend also adding in some other things. So some things that are super easy where they can get those quick wins. So maybe giving them 50 points for liking your Facebook page, and points for following you on Instagram, those kind of things, where, it's going to help you grow your following, but the point is you're giving them a freebie. So for your new customers, you want to give them a few little easy ones like that they do benefit you, but the point is to help them see their points balance add up kind of quickly, so that way it feels like they're getting traction, and it's even easier for them to want to make that second purchase, because they're looking at how many points they've already accumulated and how close they are to some of these rewards. So then for the rewards, now this is where you can have the basic system of just redeeming points for a discount, and they could just do it for any dollar amount. I think it's good to have that in there, and some people are the type where they're just going to get a little discount every single time, but most people like to accumulate those and have more unique rewards. So what you want to do is you want to have all of the other rewards be valued at a discount versus if they were to just redeem the rewards for the dollar discount, right? So for example, let's just say that you've got it set up to where 100 points equals $1 off, and then you would offer, maybe once they get to a certain amount of points, you offer a free product that is, let's say, if they were to have redeemed the points for dollars, that it's 10% or 20% cheaper than that if they redeem all those points all at once to get that free product. So you can have rewards be things like free shipping, could be free product, could be unlocking discount codes, which is great because that incentivizes another purchase. It could be gift cards. Those are great because not only can they use them, but they can also give those to other people. They can give it as a gift to someone. And it could be things like, let's see, I think I mentioned free shipping, or even bonus points. You could do, like double points. If they spend a little bit of points, they get double points when they make a purchase. It's all different kinds of things you can do. But the main thing is you want to make it fun. You want to make it to where the prizes continually get better and better as they accumulate more, or as they spend more points. But also, when I say better and better, meaning the prizes get bigger, but also you discount how many points they have to redeem for that prize versus if they were to just do the strictly, points for dollars system, because that's what's going to keep them from spending their, the little bit here and there, and actually holding on to them and building them up and getting those big prizes. And those are just a lot more fun for people. The other thing is you can offer perks. So these typically aren't managed through the rewards app itself. These would be other things that are, maybe special access, like early access to sales, special, invites to in-person events where only VIPs are invited to these events, different things that aren't necessarily something they might redeem on the site, or it's just something that enhances, what they're already doing. Those are great to offer as well. So those are things that really helps reward them for elevating and getting higher in those tiers and getting to that VIP status. So that's pretty much it. Once you've got this set up, you will find you can, depending on the software you're using, you can have things that will pop up in the checkout process and remind them to, remind them. By the way, one more thing. I wanted to mention this. One thing I like to do is as they get to the VIP status, they actually earn more points. So it could be that they earn double the points for their purchases, or it could be something like, getting the free shipping costs half as many points as the other one before. So I wanted to mention that. So I definitely think it's really important to take care of your VIPs because those people are driving most of your revenue. And for your power buyers, the ones who are spending the most, it's worth it for them to get free shipping on nearly every order because they're likely they're making by far the most amount of purchases, but they're probably making the bigger purchases as well, where it's more cost effective to give them free shipping. And again, it's like the more they purchase, the less and less you're spending from a marketing perspective, because a lot of this they're doing on their own. Okay, so yeah, now getting back to the on-site experience, a lot of these apps, you can just, it's very simple where you can have it set up where they get reminders on the app of using points, like, hey, you have this many points, do you want to apply them to this purchase? Or even doing things like incentivizing referrals, so reminding them to refer other people and getting points for that. And you can also add automations into your emails in Klaviyo and flows where people are seeing their points balance, so they're getting that constant reminder. And you can have it set up to where people who aren't in the rewards programs don't see that content, and people who do see the content. So there's a lot of really cool stuff you can do to personalize this for people, but also be giving those constant subtle reminders that keep people engaged in the rewards program, because that just makes it a lot more fun for people. But the other thing is, again, you're just getting them thinking in this other type of currency, this other ecosystem of points and rewards versus dollars for products. And in that world, it favors the business way more than when you're talking about dollars and products. So, but yeah, this is the general overview. If you want to see more step-by-step tutorials with all of this, then leave some comments below and let me know. If this gets enough comments, I'd be glad to create some tutorial videos walking through how to create all of this. But again, this is just a high-level overview. This is for if you haven't created the rewards program yet, these are the most important things that you need to get going. And honestly, you can get this up and running in a day. This is something that you could go find the app, install it on your site, and get this going today. And assuming that you already have customers and you have traffic on your site, you'll start seeing activity in your rewards program today if you actually get people enrolled. So you could send out an invite to everyone who's already on your list to get enrolled. Otherwise, you can have it set up to where every time new customers start buying, that they are getting enrolled in the program. That's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one.